Are you a registered nurse looking for a new job role, wanting to switch hospitals or clinical settings? Then this video is for you. In this video, we will discuss the key steps in order to prep for a new registered nurse role. Welcome everyone to the Momma Nurse channel. I'm Vanessa, and here we discuss all things nursing, motherhood, and lifestyle. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upload. Whether you have been in your current role for 20 years or 6 months, there are some key steps in order to prep for a new registered nurse role. Let's talk about my top 8 steps in order to prep for a new registered nurse role. Number 1, it helps to know exactly what type of position you're looking for. Do you want to work from home? Do you want to be in a hospital setting? Do you want to maybe try a doctor's office? Whatever that role may be, make sure you know what you're looking for. Step 2, make sure you're qualified for said role. Make sure you get certifications, take classes. Whatever you need to be qualified for that role, make sure you take those steps. Keep in mind, on job boards, they always have the required qualifications. Sometimes jobs do veer away from these required qualifications. Just because you may not have all the qualifications doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply. I recommend, if it's something that interests you, apply and see what happens. Sometimes jobs are willing to give you that education either prior to starting or during your first 6 months. So give it a shot just in case. Number 3, update your resume and make copies of it. I know a lot of things are digital nowadays, so it's always good to have a digital copy, but I also recommend having hard copies as well. Because if you do go to an in-person interview, you may need to give out a couple copies, and as a registered nurse, a lot of times you may be doing a group interview. So have a few copies of your resume. A good rule of thumb is every time you start or end a position, make sure you update your resume. That way you don't have to go years later trying to figure out when you worked there. You know the exact dates and you can have your resume already up to date. You may have to fine tune it and add in maybe some certifications or things like that. But anytime you start or end a job, make sure you update your resume. Number 4, if you submit applications, there are 2 things I want you to remember. 1, answer any unknown calls that may come in because it could be that job calling you for an interview. And 2, send follow-up emails to confirm your interest. A lot of jobs will get multiple applications from registered nurses. If you take that extra step to send a follow-up email, it will show them that you are interested and determined to get this role. Make sure you send out that interest email, even if it's just saying, "Hi, I'm following up on the application that I submitted on said date. Wanted to see when you're available for an interview." Something as simple as that, they'll look at you and put you higher on the interest list. Number 5, have business attire ready for your interview. Whether it's a virtual interview and you just need a top, or it's an in-person interview and you need full business attire. Make sure that that's set and ready to go so that when you get called for your interview, there's no delay in scheduling a time. Number 6, have your professional portfolio ready. My portfolio includes copies of my resume, certifications, diplomas. I even keep my immunization records in there, but I have it in the back to where it's discreet and they cannot see it, or I'll pull it out before I give it to anybody. But I like to keep all of my nursing documentations together. That way, when I go for an interview or have a new job, I know exactly where all my important documents are, especially the ones that employers are always looking for. Your NIH, your BLS, your ACLS. Keep all of those things together in one portfolio. If you would like ideas or don't really know how to put together your portfolio, please comment down below. I would be glad to make a video on how I put together my professional portfolio to help me as a registered nurse get a new job. Number 7, put in your notice with your current employer as soon as possible. You never want to leave on bad terms no matter what. Now, depending on your situation, the time frame in which you put in your notice. Some jobs require a 2-week notice, some require a 4-week notice, some maybe even longer. So make sure you know when you are required to put in your notice before you leave. That way you can leave on good terms. Also, dependent on your situation, if you can have a break between your jobs and not really worry about the income, go ahead and put your notice in right away. If you require that continuous income and you can't really have a break in between, put your notice in, but let your employer know, hey, I'm putting in my notice, I'm looking for a new job, but I may extend or push back my end date. Make sure that it's okay with them. That way you can still satisfy both. You can get a new role, still have your current employment, even if you change over your status from maybe full-time to PRN. That way you still have the income coming in even if you go past that end date. And number 8, don't give up. Whatever is meant to be will be. Just keep believing, keep praying, and the right role will come your way. Prepping for a new role as a registered nurse can be a long process because of background checks, drug screenings, reference checks, etc. Make sure you plan ahead for any job transitions so that you can have a smooth process. Make sure you comment down below if you have any other questions on prepping for a new registered nurse role. Make sure you comment down below, that way I can help you out. As always, I hope this information was beneficial to you. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and until next time, all love.